And welcome to game number 2 in this quarterfinal series between the Kawasaki Brave Thunders and the Nagoya Diamond Dolphins. Kawasaki leads this series 1-0. And if they come up with a victory here at the Todoroki Arena, they will qualify for the semifinals of the championship in the B-League. B-League Championship, of course, is what they call the playoffs here in Japan. And that's why we've got a packed house. This squad needs to be able to take a victory because they don't want to disappoint all these fans that have packed their arena. As we take a look at the B-League Championship, Ryukyu already in the past the quarterfinals, already into the semifinals. And with a win here today, as far as Kawasaki is concerned, they'd like to be able to win and avoid any complications. But obviously, if you take a look at the big picture here, it's going to be a very, very tough order for Nagoya to be able to come away with a victory. Why? First of all, as we take a look at some of the highlights here in yesterday's affair, it was a lopsided 97-71 victory here for Kawasaki. But you see that gentleman right there, Scott Etherton, the lone international import for Nagoya, because they don't have any Ovi Soko, they don't have Cody Clark because both are out with injury. So they've only got Scott and only Ray Parks Jr. as their Asian Kota import, as reinforcements. Unfortunately, well, you see Etherton still in action there. But yesterday, in the second half, and that's the play right there, he went down, he stepped on the foot of Matt Jennings, he went straight to the locker room, and he never came back. And right now, unfortunately, he is not listed into the starting lineup. As we take a look at the numbers first of the match yesterday, as you can see, shooting much better from 2-point distance. Again, are the Diamond Dolphins at 59% as compared to 45%. But Kawasaki, with more attempts, they actually had more field goals. They had 4 more field goals from 2, and they shot better also from 3. And that's why they had this lopsided victory. Talking about Nagoya, they just also had too many turnovers. They had 16 turnovers, only 7 for Kawasaki. Right now, we take a look at the lineup here, and it's a depleted lineup, so to speak, because as you can see, no number 4, no Cody Clark, and also no number 16, no Ovi Soko. The good news is number 43. Scott Etherton is in the lineup, but as you can see there, looks like he's wearing a brace. He is wearing a brace. So he is available, so to speak, but he's not playing. There's no question about that. By wearing a brace on the bench, I'm quite surprised why they even listed him. He's in the list as a possible player. As we take a look at the starting 5 first for the Nagoya Diamond Dolphins, and you can see the look on Ray Parks. To begin with, not really a confident look on his face. They're going to start out with number 1, Ray Parks. Number 2, their starting point guard, Takumi Saito. They've got number 6, Manato Kikuchi. And they also have, as their starters, number 8, Tenketsu Harimoto. And number 12, Taito Nakahigashi. That's the lineup for Coach Sean Dennis, whose squad would be really hard-pressed to be able to come away with a win. But here, tremendous performance yesterday. 12 minutes off the bench. Tatsuya Ito will be our focal point for the visiting squad. We're going to monitor his numbers all throughout, and we're going to also look at the numbers of that gentleman right there, Yosuke Karino, who is shooting close to 60% from 3-point distance. That's exceptional. Yesterday, he had 12 points. That was coming off the bench. And tonight, they're going to need as many 3-point shots as they can get from Karino, as many points as they can get for Parks, because their backs are literally against the wall. And here now, we've got the introduction of the home team, the Kawasaki Brave Thunders. And now we got a starting lineup here for the Kawasaki Brave Thunder. Starting out with number 0, Yuma Fuji. Number 22, the king there on your screens, Nick Fazekas. They also have number 27. That is Naoya Kumagai, who had an excellent first period yesterday for Coach Kenji Sato. They also have number 34, Pablo Aguilar, starting in place of Matt Janning. Quite surprising. And of course, Jordan Heath, number 35, comprises their starting 5 unit. As we take a look at the officials handling proceedings, our 3 officials here today, we've got referee Kato, referee Kubo, and referee Sato. Once again, let's take a look at the starting lineups. For the visitors, we've got Parks, Saito, Kikuchi, Harimoto, and Nakahigashi. For the home squad, we've got Fuji, Fazekas, Kumagai, Aguilar, and Heath. As they say, when it ain't broke, why fix it? But right now, going for a quick fix is Coach Kenji Sato, as he brings in Pablo Aguilar in place of Matt Janning. Matt Janning is a tremendous 3-point shooter. Well, I think the only logic I can think of there is they know that there is no Scott Etherton. And so what they're going to do is they're going to pound it inside. Try to settle the issue as early as they possibly can. But just in case, by some minor miracle, Nagoya is able to come away with a victory here today, there will be a game number 3 tomorrow night. So we'd like to invite you as early as now for that possible game, just in case. But after 2 quarters, let's revisit that thought. Look at that imposing front line, as Carino is going to start off this match on the bench. There's Ito. Those 2 gentlemen, as we said, the focal point of the numbers that we're going to be surveying to see how they perform all throughout this match. Here is game number 2 between the This is game number 2 at the Todoroki Arena between the Kawasaki Brave Thunders and the Nagoya Diamond Dolphins. Parks will get first possession. They need to be able to milk every single opportunity they have at the basket. Let's see if they're able to do so. They go to Parks. He will definitely be their main man here. If not scoring, he'll need to create. And a shot like that doesn't work, will easily be rebounded by Heath, Aguilar, and Fazekas. Turnover is going to be called there. Coach Sean Dennis knows that his team is up against a really tall climb. Can they do it? Well, they say the ball is round, you gotta play the game. That prayer not answered from Takumi Saito. They need to have good attempts at the basket, good legitimate shots, not shots that you're just throwing up like that. I'm surprised they're not yet going inside. Kumagai will attempt and miss. Maybe at the start, it looks like there's a little bit of complacency on the squad of Kawasaki. Let's see. They kick it outside. Parks puts up a 3. Yes! Parks with the first basket here today. It's 3-0 for Nagoya. Remember, they never tasted the lead yesterday. And here they will. No, they won't. Nice defense there by Kumagai. They kick it out. Let's see if they try to force some shots from the outside. But it's got to be legitimate shots. Stepping on the baseline, sideline there is Nakahigashi. You have to have your turnovers at a bare minimum. They had 16 yesterday, and they had Scott Etherton, and they got blown out. Yuma Fuji for 3, ties things up. Let's see if that starts to open the floodgates, but we'll find out because Parks needs to be a little bit more offensive-minded. Goes inside, it's going to drop in his hands. Park should attack, especially against Fuji. But then when Fazekas comes in front of him, he's got to put it out. Harimoto, nothing. Heath with the rebound. As we said, almost always it's going to be one and done. So if you have an extra opportunity, take advantage. Heath just plucked that one and gets fouled by Harimoto. Kumagai's gonna bring it down. Almost lost it. Safely to Fuji. A lot of time on their shot clock. Nice swing. Aguilar can hit that and does. Back-to-back threes, and it's a 3-point lead enjoyed now by Kawasaki. Harimoto has that in his range, and we're tied at 6. Good effort being shown here, early on at least. The question is, sustaining power. Can they sustain this effort for 40 minutes? Nice tap there. And they're going to credit that to Aguilar. Trying to answer. They can't. Nick with the rebound. Fuji overdue. Fazekas. Fazekas for 3. Short. Aguilar asking for a foul. Quickly going down the other way are the boys in white. Another three's hoisted in. It's a 3-point barrage. Kikuchi now hitting. Now it's a 1-point lead enjoyed by Nagoya. Kikuchi needs to play out of his mind if he wants to be able to help his squad come away with a victory. Another steal. Harimoto, yes, he'll finish this time. Again, there was some challenge from the back. 3-point lead enjoyed by the visiting Nagoya squad. Are we seeing a little bit of a half-hearted effort here? Well, the king, always ready to play. Park stops, pops. Won't hit. Another rebound there by Aguilar, and they go to the king. They look inside. Heath with a layup. That's not going to drop. Kikuchi with a foul, and 2 free throws coming the way of Jordan. Well, I know it's going to be a little bit easier, so to speak, but you've got to play the game, and you've got to come away with the same effort that you have day in, day out, or else. These guys on the other side are also pros. Here comes Matt Janning. Heath will miss. Makes a second. Harimoto brings it down. Power forward standing 6'6", has got some dribbling skills. Here's Parks, nice move. Explodes to the basket and gets 2 points. 5 points now for Ray Parks. And it's a 2-point lead enjoyed by Nagoya. Trying to answer right back. The king, long 2. Not a problem. We're tied at 13 once again. Going back to yesterday's affair, it was a 7-0 blast to start things off by Kawasaki, and they never looked back. Janning with the board, trying to push it forward. Heath running once again. The king puts it up, will miss. Again, chance of defense. Now that they're on the other side of the floor. Saito for 3. Yes, that rattled through. Now a 6-point lead once again for Nagoya. This is what you'd like to see, a free-flowing offense. And when players are open, take the shot. Trying to answer that three, it won't. Nakahigashi pushing it forward. That's going to stay here in this end. Could have been a turnover. That's what coaches will always stress. You need to be able to take care of the basketball. And here comes Carino. Here comes Ito. I'm wondering if we can see if there's a worried look on the face of Coach Kenji Sato. He essentially, I think, knows this game's in the bag. But Parks, oh, if that went down, that would have shown that he was really hot. And he needs to be sizzling for his squad to come away with a victory. 3 imports are out. The only import is Parks. Shiniyama has checked in. Heath, that's gonna drop. That'll count. Nobody can stop Jordan Heath inside. Well, clearly a foul there on Parks on that reach in. That's going to be a second personal foul. That's going to be really big trouble for the Diamond Dolphins. That's when Parks has got to really take control of his emotions. Clearly, you saw Jordan Heath with the push. And that should have been a foul call, but the referee missed it. But you can't come in and just give a duty foul such as that one. That sends Heath to the line, and it sends you to the bench. He's the only remaining import. And now you watch Kawasaki try to go to work. They're down by 1. Oh, even Matt Janning gets stripped. Ito. Behind the back pass. Almost lost it. Eventually does. Even Matt Janning has come in with the mindset that we're going to be picking up a victory and it's going to be a cakewalk. You got to play hard. Especially since the other team is giving it an extra push. Carino puts up a 3. That was close. That was well challenged. And it even almost went down. Just goes to show you how on target he is. Janning left open. We'll swing it around. Heath. Shiniyama. Janning puts up a 3 and hits. That's his specialty. 2-point lead now enjoyed by the Brave Thunders. Suda tried to challenge. Turns out to be a wrong choice. Here's Shiniyama. Finds the king. The king to the wings. Another 3. No. The king falling away. That'll drop. And a timeout will now have to be called by Coach Sean Dennis. Kawasaki has finally found their bearings. And they're up by 4, 2016.
ウンドについては両チームともに前半に2回、後半に3回取る権利があります。川崎ナゴサリコパブロ・アンダール、タイムを上げてオンザコート。
Under 2 minutes to be played here in the opening period. And now a 4-point lead enjoyed by Kawasaki. Wanting a victory here, and that will book for themselves a spot in the semifinals. One step closer to their big goal. They are the Emperor's Cup champions here this season. Talking about Kawasaki, and they want nothing less than another championship to end this campaign. Nick falling away, yes! He's got an array of tricks, really. And even if he's not as mobile as he used to be, he's deadly from the outside, and his smarts are off the charts. It's now a 6-point lead at 22-18. Open shot, Suda's got to make it, and does. That cuts the lead down in half to just 3. 40 seconds remaining before we call a stop to the first period. Suda gets knocked down. First personal foul there on Suda, as he's tasked to watch Matt Janning. Traveling is going to be called. 25.1 seconds remaining here in the first period. So a difference of a second. That was clearly steps. We're going to milk this one down. Very good first period. Yesterday, the period ended 20-14. Suda! No. They might have a chance, but Nick's not able to get it off in time. 10 minutes done here for game number 2. And Kawasaki started off slow, but in the end, they've got a 1-point lead at 22-21. Second quarter now underway. Once again, we're coming to you from the Todoroki Arena as we watch game number 2 between the Kawasaki Brave Thunders and the Nagoya Diamond Dolphins. Anthony Sutai with the call as we take a look at Carino. Take a shot and miss. That's staying here in this end. That might have been touched last by Pablo Aguilar. Well, they're getting the open shots, just not knocking it down. You can see they're going to need a huge effort here from the locals. Can they get it? We'll find out. Ito almost traveled. We'll get it back. Arimoto, no. The tip eventually controlled here by the boys in red. And here they come, looking to increase their 1-point lead. The king. Well, checking in for the first time now is Keisuke Masuda. Shinuyama, a little bit too strong. Will come up short there. Arimoto will give it up. Now they've got better spacing. They go to the wing. Carino playing possum, and he gives a good pass. Manato Kikuchi was free and he knocked that one down. Kikuchi now with 2 threes. Well, Kikuchi's a veteran. You can count on him. Pablo Aguilar for 3. Rattles that one out. Here comes Harimoto. Puts up a 3. No. Pinpoint pass. Aguilar will be fouled. That was a decent challenge. If that went through, referees might have said play on. But there was a miss, and Harimoto will be replaced here. Here comes Ray Parks. They're going to need his production. He's got 5 points. Aguilar makes the first. Two misses, Parks with a rebound. Parks now with 3 boards to go with his 5 points. Kikuchi hands it off, gets it inside, attacks strong, gets denied there by Aguilar. Boy, Kawasaki just can't take a lead here. Matt Janning overshoots. Fazekas can't control. And you can see they're really, no disrespect to Nagoya, but definitely Kawasaki is playing down to the opposition. Checking in is Maeta. Let's see if Coach Kenji Sato can get a spark here from his bench. Today it was supposed to be Matt Janning with the spark. Parks setting that pick. He's got to be careful. He's got 2 personal fouls. Shaking, baking. That might have gone down, but that's allowed under FIBA rules. Here's Parks once again. Tries to challenge. Carino's going to hit that long too. And the timeout will be called by Kawasaki. Kenji Sato needs to wake his players up. Let's see how concerned Coach Kenji Sato is. Because it looks like eventually they're going to wear this team down. They just don't have the horses. But you cannot play this way in the playoffs, as their main man, Shinuyama, hits a 3. It's out of 26 once again, our fourth deadlock. Takumi Saito back in action. Parks launches. Back rims that one. Look at Kikuchi there with the rebound. Saito will get that through. And it's a 3-point lead once again for the visiting squad. That has virtually silenced this crowd. What an effort being shown here. If that's going to be on Parks, that's going to be number 3. He's got to know when to temper it down. Watch it here. At this stage, you don't leave your feet, because your team needs you on the floor. Now you're sitting down, and there's no way you can help out your squad. 6:13 to be played here before we get to the halftime break. Nice look there at Harimoto, who actually was just taking a breather and then had to be sent back in. That's going to drop there. It's now a 2-point lead enjoyed by Nagoya. They got possession, but they're playing with an all-Japan squad. That's an open shot. Saito for 3. No. Again, as I said, those are the shots that they need to be able to make if you want to have any chance of stealing a win here. Boy, what an upset this will be if somehow Nagoya are able to get the W and tie up this series. Well, they're just having too many turnovers. Takahigashi will miss though. Again, those fast break opportunities you need to cash in. Heath inside will be fouled. No, it's going to be an offensive foul, they say. And we're going the other way. Harimoto. What an effort there. And it looks like they're going to review this one to see if there might have been anything unsportsmanlike. Doesn't look like it. Heath went up. Well, the elbow was there. It did make contact, but that should just be an offensive foul. Watch it here. As he goes up, he makes contact there with the face. Oh, they're going to say it's an unsportsmanlike foul, because that looked like a legitimate basketball move. So it's going to be the first personal foul, no question, on Jordan Heath. He knew that. But now it's going to be possession. Not to mention 2 free throws. Coach Kenji Sato has got to be very disappointed with the performance of his team, especially after a nice blowout victory they had yesterday. They won 97-71. As we talked about, we looked at the numbers, everything really pointed in the way of the home team in their lopsided victory. But today, they're looking like a totally different team altogether. This is now the biggest lead in the ball game for Nagoya at 4 points. 31-27. Takumi Saito launches, will miss. Aguilar with the rebound. Here comes Shinoyama. Pushes it forward, almost a traveling violation. Shinoyama looking for another three, gets it. He's got 2 threes. Well, the going gets tough, the tough get going. Takahigashi finds Kikuchi, no. Let's see if those 2 threes will wake up the Brave Thunders. 3 from the wing, yes. And that's going to bring us to a technical timeout. Nice basket from the wing there from Maeta. And don't look now. Kawasaki up by 2 at 33-31. If that wasn't a technical timeout, I think Coach Sean Dennis might have called the timeout, because slowly but surely it seems like the momentum is moving over to the favored team, which is Kawasaki. They won yesterday. They have a deep lineup. Not to mention the fact that their opponents now are out of their 3 imports. We're talking about their 3 international imports are out because of injuries, and their lone Asian quota import in Ray Ray Parks has 3 personal fouls. Heath left wide open. He'll miss though. And the referee there will correct himself. That careened off a couple of players, and now they say it's white ball. Harimoto to the wing. Nakihigashi. Door shot on him there by Aguilar. Harimoto, no. Well, Tenketsu has had his opportunities today, just not really cashing in. Shinoyama asking for it, doesn't get it. Pete says, let me take matters into my own hands, and then gives it up to Shinoyama. Nice fake. No shot though. Still a 2-point lead by Kawasaki, but Nagoya has yet to score. It's been a while. Miss there from Suda. Shinoyama said that he was fouled. Oh, referee is just letting play continue. There have been a couple of really tough hits. Body checks, in fact. But Maeta's gonna score. now you have Shinoyama. I think he was really testing the referees more than anything else. He wanted to see just how much contact will be allowed, because he knew he was hitting the bench. And now they've come alive. Talking about the home team, Kawasaki, and here comes Matt Jennings together with the King. They might be trying to look for a little bit more breathing space as we get to the halftime break. Just about 3 minutes remaining. Harimoto launches. Yes! That cuts the lead down to 4. Harimoto now in double digits with 10. Jordan Heath almost got it, but once again Suda around there to make sure he doesn't get a clean look at coloring that rebound. Janning hits the deck. .231 to be played in the first half. The King will lose it. And they won't challenge Heath. Heath is actually one of the top shot blockers in the league. Janning clears. Nice find in the wings. Takumi Sato is checked back in. Excuse me, Yuma Fuji. It's gonna rim out. That's a nice play. And look at this. Calling a timeout is going to be the Kawasaki Brave Thunders, because we're tied once again at 36. Things not really going the way of Coach Kenji Sato's liking. Now a chance of Kawasaki. Can they awaken this team that seems like they're in a slumber? This is not the Kawasaki team we saw yesterday. If they continue to play this way, we might have a game 3 tomorrow. Matt Janning with the floater. No, that's good boxing out. And look at Harimoto bringing it down. An offensive foul is going to be called on Tenketsu. It was actually the lead referee that made that call. He was over at the baseline. Still tied at 36. Nagoya already in the penalty. That's a poor foul. That's going to send Yuma Fuji to the line. Because Nagoya, as we mentioned, in the penalty. Not the best of fouls. Not because of the fact that you're going to give them easy free throws. But the offense of Kenji Sato and the Kawasaki Brave Thunders today has not been fluid. Don't help them out. Even the free throw shooting has gone sour. Gets to drop the second. But look at the free throw numbers for Kawasaki. They're only shooting 42%. Now they're up by 1. Harimoto just continues to launch. Misses that time though. Under a minute remaining. The pass a little bit too high for Kumagai. That's a nice save though. The King! That'll drop inside. He always puts up those shots with such a soft, feathery touch. Back to a 3-point lead here for Kawasaki. Nice display of dribbling, but in the end, it's going to be an easy 2. That's going to beat the buzzer. That'll hurt. That's going to hurt Nagoya. If they just had a legitimate shot there put up, they might have gone into the halftime break just with a 3-point deficit. But watch this. Well, it started off with a block by the King, and then he ran down court. Janning found him. Beat the buzzer, no question about that one. And at the half, it's now a 5-point lead enjoyed by Kawasaki at 41-36. Let's take a look at some of the action here. Ray Parks started things off with a 3-point shot. Unfortunately for him, he got into foul trouble and didn't really play major minutes. I expected him to play at least 12 to 14 minutes. But because of foul trouble, well, we might see major minutes here in the second half. They go inside to Jordan Heath, trying to take advantage of their size. But it didn't seem like a real good strategy. Also, just too many turnovers here. Harimoto without a layup there. The King started to go to work. Fazekas would have 12 points, 6 rebounds, and 3 assists. Great numbers there for the King. Kikuchi gets left open for that 3. And then Shiniyama coming off the bench as always, proving to be a spark. Couple of threes got them right back in this ball game, but instead of the same scoreline we saw yesterday at the halftime break, it was 42-30 in favor of Kawasaki, and that was with Scott Etherton playing here. This is going to be the last shot. Beating the buzzer there was Nick. As we break down the numbers, just a 5-point lead enjoyed by Kawasaki. Well, they shot so much better. 50% as compared to 25%. Look at Nagoya Diamond Dolphins. Only 5 shots from 2. They actually took more threes than they did twos. On the other side, you can see 16 attempts each from 2 and 3. Free throw numbers, not really a factor. But the Kawasaki Brave Thunders with 10 turnovers as compared to just 5 for Nagoya. Points in the paint, 10-8 in favor of Kawasaki. And bench points, that's expected, 16-5. Look at more numbers that you don't have on your screens. Rebounding, Kawasaki has 28 rebounds as compared to just 19 for Nagoya. In terms of assists, just about even. But steals, 7 steals for Nagoya as compared to just 2 for Kawasaki. So you can see, being a little bit more aggressive today are Nagoya on the defensive end. Coach Sean Dennis there talking to his squad. There you have the leading scorers for Nagoya. 10 points for Harimoto. Kikuchi's got 8 and Saito's got 6. Top 3 scorers for the other squad. Fazekas has got 12. There it is on your screens. 6 points each for Maeta and Shiniyama. Not to mention Pablo Aguilar also has 6. Looking at more numbers. Rebounds. Aguilar's got 9. Fazekas has 6. And 5 there for Jordan Heath. For the visiting squad, not getting too many rebounds. Of course, they don't have size. Harimoto, their 6'6" big man, has 4. Nakahigashi's got 3. And Ray Parks has 3. Assists, the King with 3. Mayata with 2. Yuma Fuji with 2. For the team that trails, Kikuchi has 3. Ito has 2. And Carino also with 2. Carino now looks like he's going to be starting. Well, they need his outside sniping, that's for sure. Let's see now if the second half will start off on a better note for Kawasaki and their fans here at the Todoroki Arena. Again, if there's a Game 3, that will be held tomorrow, right here at Todoroki. But for Kawasaki, they want to be able to take a rest. They want to be able to prepare for their next opponents as they get into the semifinals. But right now, they're not yet in there. 1 foot in the door. That's a good effort there from Carino, as he gets knocked to the floor by Kumagai. Well, Carino did the right thing. Went around the curl, and then the moment he got the pass, went up for the shot. Oh, they're saying it's not in the act of shooting. So just an inbound. Trying to thread the needle there. With that pass, not going to work. Remember, it's the turnovers that really did them in yesterday. And they only had 5 here today. Nice extra pass, Harimoto. But the defense has been a little sharper now. Talking about Kawasaki's defense. Long 3? No. He threw the rebound. He'll get fouled. First personal foul going to be called on Nakahigashi. Nice spin. And the pass goes awry. Just about a minute and a half gone in the third. Not the best of starts for both these squads. Nobody scored yet. Saito up against Nick. They got Nick out. Saito with the jumper, a little bit too strong. Long rebound. Will be tracked down. And it's a jump ball situation. Let's see. Possession arrow says we're staying here in this end. And you can see, as compared to yesterday, also much quicker to the ball are the boys here from the Diamond Dolphins. Saito with a 3. Yes, that goes through. And that's going to cut the lead to just a single basket. 9 points in the contest right now for Takumi Saito. Yuma Fuji sidestepping, he gets fouled. Wow, what a tremendous effort being shown here by the heavily undermanned squad of the Nagoya Diamond Dolphins, playing without any reinforcements whatsoever. At this stage, they only started out with 1, their Asia Kota import in Ray Ray Parks. All the other 3 are injured. Yesterday, they didn't have Cody Clark. They didn't have Obi Soko. And after getting injured yesterday, Scott Etherton is also out today. But we got a close match. In fact, it's a closer match than anybody expected. It's a closer match than we saw yesterday with Scott Etherton on the floor. Fazekas quickly puts that through. That's the size mismatch once again that they're trying to take advantage of. 14 points now in the contest for the King. Lead is back up to 5. Harimoto will bring it closer. And he'll bank that one through. He's got 12 points. He's the leading scorer here for Nagoya. Yuma Fuji, no. Save to the wrong individual. Saito will bring it closer. That's a nice pass. Issuing that pass at the last minute was Saito. Made sure that Jordan Heath went up to challenge. And the lead's just down to 1. Here's the King. Up and under move will come up short. Second serving. You cannot give him 2 straight chances. He makes the defense pay once again. Leads back up to 3. And a foul's going to be called there in Yuma Fuji. That's clearly a foul. Jumper there for Saito, no. That's gonna stay here. And you can see the look of frustration on the face here of Jordan Heath. They're really not able to take care of those boards, which is quite surprising. Here comes Ray Parks. The big question is, how long can he stay on the floor? He's got 3 personals. And he's removing Harimoto, their big man, from the lineup. The only gentleman that stands above 6'5", because Harimoto is 6'6". So they got a smaller lineup. Carino to the wing. Kikuchi will miss. And a foul's going to be called. Late call, but it looked like the right one. See if we can see that on the replay. This is a better angle. He attacked, went up. Janning doesn't agree. Looked like a very thin foul. But in the end, Nagoya on the line. Second free throw goes down and the lead is just down to 1. 10 points now in the ball game for Kikuchi. Janning left open. That's dangerous. You cannot allow Janning to start finding his range. Lead is now up to 4. Saito, nice handoff. Kikuchi will bring it closer. The floater's not going to work. He should have just taken that 3. They set up Janning once again, and he's hit back to back. This might be the start of the Kawasaki uprising. That matches their biggest lead of the ball game at 6. Saito's going to lose it. No timeout being called yet here. Aguilar will take a seat. And they get their biggest lead of the ball game. Yuma Fuji for 3. No. That's a good tap. If not, Fazekas would have gotten that one. And Janning hits once again. That's what we talked about. He now has 11 points, just like that. And it's now a 9-point lead.
KAWASAKI 名古屋の50位
Foul's going to be called there. And Yuma Fuji, he doesn't like it. And now we have Tatsuya Ito checking in. Harimoto's going to come right back, enjoying the action. Nice setup there, but Harimoto wasn't looking to take that shot. Ito will pass it. That's not going to beat the shot clock. Kawasaki though in the penalty with still 4:30 to be played. Let's see if Nagoya can take advantage. Get to the free throw line. Foul's going to be called there in Ito. That's going to be the third team foul of Nagoya. Nice recovery there. Here come the Diamond Dolphins. They need to score. They've been quiet. Parks will bring it out. Let's see if he can try to be extra aggressive. Try to use his athleticism. Can't get away from Pablo Aguilar. And then the passing lanes have been just really too tight. Harimoto up against Janning. Against a triple team, that's a poor foul. Not the kind of foul you want to give just when you could see that you were starting to gain momentum. At the same time, Nagoya really wasn't humming offensively. That's going to be the third personal foul. And Yuma Fuji will now hit the bench. He's going to be sitting there for quite a while. We might not see him until the fourth. Well, here comes Ryusei Shinuyama though, their main gunner. Two shots here for Tenketsu Harimoto. Harimoto makes both. A little bit of a push there coming from Shinuyama. Our referees today have really allowed a lot of contact. Much more than they did yesterday. Parks can't get away from the defense. Here's Harimoto, kicks it out to the wrong individual. It's 3-on-2. The other way. Kumagai puts up a three. Looks good. It's down. That's going to bring it to a 10-point lead. And now, not the sight you want to be able to see. Another player from Nagoya down with an injury. As Harimoto's clutching onto his ankle. They're looking like the walking wounded. Ooh. There he was in that attack. Accidentally stepping there on the foot of Pablo Aguilar. We'll check on him when we come back. Welcome back to our coverage here of the B-League matchup here in the Championship Division, which is the playoffs here in Japan. As we have the Kawasaki Brave Thunders facing the Nagoya Diamond Dolphins. This is game number 2. Kawasaki leads this series 1-0. They can make it to the semifinals with a victory here. Saito will come up short. We also just got information that the Chiba Jets, the defending champions, have been eliminated by Utsunomiya Brex. So we're going to have a new champion in the B-League this season. The Ryukyu Golden Kings are also safely into the next round. So 2 teams already there. Kawasaki wanting to be the 3rd team to make it to the semifinals, to the top 4. Smart move there from Ray Parks, making sure there was some body contact because he realized that Kawasaki has been in the penalty for quite a while. 2.5 minutes remaining. Looks like Tenketsu Harimoto's gonna want to try to come back. Well, this is going to be the last game of the season. So why not brave it out against the Brave Thunders? The question here begs, there's Cody Clark. If somehow Nagoya is able to come away with a victory here and force a game number 3 tomorrow, I don't think Tenketsu Harimoto is able to play. So they're going to be down another critical individual. Smart play there, going inside to Pablo Aguilar. He gets fouled in that attempt and he will head to the free throw line. Now both teams in the penalty as we have the second personal foul assessed there to Nakahigashi. Nice look at Ray Parks. Will this be his last game this season? Together with the Nagoya Diamond Dolphins. We're hoping not. Ito gets it past the timeline. Now settling into a zone are the Brave Thunders. Nice rebound by Kikuchi. Suda hits! And sensing a little bit of trouble here is Coach Kenji Sato. Despite the fact that his team is still up, he wants to talk to his boys. Aguilar's gonna misfire there. They're trying to race down court quickly. Nice no-look pass! Perfect pass there from Ito. Don't look now, but here comes Nagoya. At first, given up for dead. But here they come right back. Janning offline there. Nick's gonna get that offensive rebound. It's gonna be short in that putback though. Well, he lost the timeout of Coach Kenji Sato. But it doesn't seem to have awoken his boys. Floater. Ooh, that would have been big. Parks almost with a steal. Now going to a really small lineup just to try to speed things up is Sean Dennis. And it seems like it might be working, but on the defensive end, they're going to be really hard pressed. Watch this. Shinoyama resets. They go to Janning. Janning will try to go inside, and you can see, not even having to jump is Fazikas. Parks for three. Front rim. They've missed some golden opportunities. Difference? About 2 seconds from the game clock and the shot clock. And Janning will want to be able to really use every second of this one. No look pass. Open three. Yes! The King will get an assist. They're not even going to get it inbounds. Nice basket there from Hasegawa. Another buzzer beater. That's the second one. They had a buzzer beater essentially in the second quarter, and they had one here in the third. And now heading into the fourth, they're up by 10. It's now the fourth quarter here at the Todoroki Arena, and we might have the Kawasaki Brave Thunders just 10 minutes away from a spot in the Final Four. Can they get it done? Suda's gonna come up short. Parks with a save, goes to the wrong individual, and here comes Nick in the open court. Not gonna rush things, and then suddenly finds Aguilar for that slam, and the lead is up to 12, 66-54. The biggest lead. That's what we talked about. How long can Nagoya sustain this effort? being undermanned, undersized. Shinuyama with a steal. Not to mention the fact that Kawasaki is just going to continue to pound it inside. Get a lot of your main men in foul trouble, just like Parks. Struggling with 3. Here comes Suda. Trying to give up the foul. But he issues a pass. Harimoto hits that 3. And the lead's down to 7. 19 points in the contest here for Tenketsu Harimoto. Foul's going to be called on Suda. As Hasegawa hit the deck. Second personal foul going to be called on Suda as Kikuchi and Carino get ready to check back in. We're going to take a break.
KAWASAKI 開幕を経て生ゼロ無事優のサコボ名古屋
Could this be the final 8 minutes and 30 seconds of the season here? With the boys in white, Nagoya Diamond Dolphins. We'll find out. They're putting up a real tough effort. Almost a steal there. Shot clock's down to 4. Fuji with the bailout shot's gonna come up short, but he's gonna get the rebound. Shinuyama for 3. Bang! That's big. Remember, the defense doesn't stop until you get the rebound. They played tough defense there. Here's Sparks inside. Sets up Harimoto. Harimoto sidesteps and hits another one. Tenketsu Harimoto feeling it here today. He's got 22 markers. Just down by 9 are Nagoya. While yesterday, they were down by as much as 26 points, but scoring once again is Heath. They just don't have anybody that can stay in step with him. Here's Parks. That's a mismatch if he wants to take it. Harimoto won't hit that jumper. Heath with the rebound. They push it forward. Fuji looking for a 3-point play. Will come up short though. Now he feels bad. That could have been a 3-point play for sure. Carino's going to pick up a foul there. Fuji makes the first. Well, we'd like to invite you for our continuing coverage next week. Foul's going to be called there on Shinuyama. He couldn't believe it.
川崎ラボサの下山トリファウル3つ目シンファウル1つ目です
Quite surprising. He didn't really openly apologize. I don't think he felt that he really hit him that hard. .13 lead now at 73-60. That's not boding well for their chances here tonight. Parks, though, was able to stay away from his fourth personal foul. That's going to be the second offensive foul called here on Harimoto. That's going to be 4 overall, so he's going to sit down at the most maybe 2 minutes. Because at 13-point deficit, what are you saving him for? Trying to go inside, pass doesn't get there, but Aguilar retrieves it. Now they're going to say it's a foul. It's going to be a foul on Ray Parks, his fourth. Do you bench him as well? There's no more tomorrow. Shiniyama goes inside. Nice seal there from Aguilar. It's so easy for him to seal because he stands 6'9" and everybody else is below 6'3". Saito with the floater, no. He'll get it back though. Kikuchi for 3, yes! 3-point shooting has kept these boys in white in the ball game. They're just down by 12. Shiniyama inside. You cannot give him any space whatsoever from 3 or even from medium range. Five, 19 to be played. Foul's going to be called there in Yuma Fuji. That's going to be number 4. Not quite sure why he's trying to be extra aggressive. It's got to be tempered aggression at this stage. With just about 5 minutes to be played, you're up by 14. Nice basket's going to bring that lead down to 12. But they need some stops. Can they get it though? Nice ball movement. Shiniyama left open for 3. He can hit. Offensive rebound and Jordan Heath just too strong, too talented, too big. That should bring us to a technical timeout. Yes, that's confirmation. 4:45 to be played here in this one. And again, flexing their muscles, especially in the second half, are the Brave Thunders.
ー長崎高校崎パトロールアギラール選手バスケットバンドボーナスワンスロー点再現です。
Extra free throw here. A little bit too strong. Nice rebound by Harimoto. He's back in action as expected. It's now or never. There's no tomorrow, literally, for this season for the Nagoya Diamond Dolphins. That's why Parks is in there as well. Harimoto's gonna lose it. Now they're gonna use some clock. Interestingly, no Nick Vasikas here. Heath inside! He just elevates and slams. It's now a 16-point lead. 9 points in the contest for Jordan Heath. If they're not able to score here, talking about Nagoya, it's over. That just could be it. And here comes Yuma Fuji, looking for the exclamation point. Active hands there, and Jordan Heath saying he's getting hacked left and right. Matt Janney's going to check back in. Shiniyama, his day might be done. We might not see the king until next weekend.
Kawasaki ball.
Not necessarily needing Matt Janning, but I think you give him some burn here because you want him to get more into a rhythm and not just getting used to sitting on the bench. You're going to need him for bigger outings, which starts next weekend. Pass goes to the wrong individual. 3-on-2 break. Nakahigashi hits. He's got 8 points in the contest. The lead is down to 13. Trying to make one final push, one final run. They repost. Maeta falling away, hits. How do you block somebody like that? Maeta 6'2", and his defender is 5'8". Parks really can't extricate. Parks' numbers: 7 points, 3 boards, 3 assists. He needed to have a real huge game, especially since he's the lone import. And it looks like the white flag is being hoisted here by Coach Sean Dennis as he gets ready to send in 3 more players off the bench. Aguilar tries to make his move. Door shot on him. He falls away. He'll miss. Parks will give it up. They try to go inside to Harimoto, but he gets fouled quickly there from Masuda. Now the youngsters are checking in. Tenketsu Harimoto's day is done. And Coach Sean Dennis is saying, well, we gave it the best that we could, but we were just really short-handed. Now they're going to use clock, knowing that they don't need to score. They're up by 15. And at the same time, they got a lot of players off the bench on the floor now. Toshihiro Nakatsuka, one of the players on the floor. That's not going to drop. Also number 60, Seiga Sakamoto, their special designated player, is in there. Karino with a look of disappointment, obviously. Everybody on the bench knowing that this is their final outing here this season. Scott Etherton wasn't even fielded in today as he's wearing that brace on his injured ankle. They're just using clock. Behind the back pass. Janning's gonna lose it, but there to pick up the garbage is Pablo Aguilar. And the lead is now at 17. These guys would want to score. Ryoto Kobayashi. Nice no-look pass. And scoring there is one of their youngsters who we talked about, Seiga Sakamoto. And now Tsunai is going to check in. That's Yusuke Tsunai, the 25-year-old standing 6'1". Gonna play here for just about 50 seconds. Fuji's still in the ball game though. Let's see who he tries to set up. He sets himself up and misses everything. He apologizes. Doesn't really need to apologize too much though, because his squad is going to go home with a victory here, while Carino and the rest of the troops will have to head on home as they have played their final game this 2021-2022 season of the B-League. Shot clock's off. And they're not going to take a shot. That's exactly what Coach Kenji Sato has said. Dribble it out. And that will be your final score. 85-70. As the Kawasaki Brave Thunders move on to the semifinals and officially eliminate the Nagoya Diamond Dolphins from competition. There's your final score. Tenketsu Harimoto played his heart out, gave it his all, but in the end, unfortunately, it was not enough. As we take a look at the quarter scoring, the Kawasaki Brave Thunders won each and every quarter once again. It was very close in the first, winning it 22-21. 19-15 was also close. Well, 23-18 is also not a blowout, unlike yesterday. But in the end, when you enter the fourth period after winning the first three quarters by 3-4 points, it adds up. But nothing the Nagoya Diamond Dolphins could do could really bring them a victory here. But they fought till the very end, and that's all Coach Sean Dennis wants from his squad. As far as he's concerned, it's a moral victory. But at this stage of the competition, moral victories don't really matter, because your season is over and Kawasaki is on to the Final Four. We're going to hear from Coach Kenji Sato in a bit, and also from some of the heroes here in tonight's victory, as we say goodbye officially to Ray Ray Parks and the rest of the Nagoya Diamond Dolphins. They're saying thank you, especially to their fans. A lot of fans that have traveled here to the Todoroki Arena. As we're now going to hear from your winning squad as they get ready, as they prepare for next week. Next week will be another tough outing. But nothing's easy here in the B-League. You need to work for everything you have. And in just a few, we're going to get to talk to that gentleman right there, Coach Kenji Sato. As we study some of the numbers already, total field goal shooting, 47 to 36% in favor of Kawasaki. That was really the major factor. They got pummeled off the boards as well. Rebounding story was 45-35 in favor of Kawasaki. Assists, just about even, 26-24, slightly in favor of the Brave Thunders. Blocks, 2-0. Steals, actually, the Diamond Dolphins had 2 better. 10 steals as compared to 8. Turnover story, just about even, at 14 apiece. This is a big number. Points in the paint, 30-18. That's expected though. Now we have Coach Kenji Sato.
ご来場の皆様、配信視聴していただいている皆様、大変長らくお待たせいたしました。これより勝利チームヘッドコーチ MVP インタビューに入らせていただきます。本日チャンピオンシップクォーターファイナル名古屋戦ゲーム2、見事85対70のスコアで勝利を収めまして、セミファイナル進出を決めました川崎ブレイブさんの佐藤健二ドコーチです。勝利おめでとうございます。ありがとうございます。やりましたね。まずはこの試合を乗り切りセミファイナル進出を勝ち取った今の率直なお気持ちからお聞かせください。
はい、今日もたくさんのファミリーの皆さん、サポートありがとうございました。そのサポートのおかげで、選手たち頑張ってくれたと思います。今日本当に厳しい試合でした。名古屋ダイヤモンドドルフィンズというチームの魂を感じる、本当にそういう試合でした。名古屋から来てくださったファンの皆さんもいらっしゃると思います。ありがとうございました。名古屋さんのこの熱い思いを背負って次セミファイナルも必ず川崎らしい激しい最高の試合をしたいと思ってます。サポートよろしくお願いします。
本当にそうですね。名古屋は外国籍選手を欠く中で最後まで素晴らしい投手を見せてくれました。さて高い城の情報が入ってきています。高い城の千葉対宇都宮の結果なんですが、今日のゲーム2、宇都宮が勝利を収め2連勝を飾りました。それを受けてセミファイナル轟ホーム開催が決定しました。それでは佐藤ヘッドコーチ、それを受けてのコメントをお願いします。
はい、僕も今試合終わって、聞いたんですけど、自分たちでコントロールできないこととはいえ、またここでセミファイナルまた試合ができるということで、昨日も言いましたけど轟アリーナ大好きです。ありがとうございます。
Well, Coach Kenji talked about the fact that it was a hard game with the Dolphins, and he thanked them, of course, everybody for their support. He also thanked the Dolphins for their effort because you want to be able to make sure that you earn everything that you have. And then he said, with the Brex victory, we talked about it a while ago, the Brex have eliminated the Chiba Jets, which means Kawasaki will be the home team. That means Kawasaki will now host Utsunomiya Brex in the semifinals, and that will happen next week. So now, at least 2 more home games here at Todoroki Arena, and the fans loving it. Here in the B-League, as compared to the way they do it in other countries, there's a home and away format. Here, if you have the better record, all the games are played right here at your stadium. So he told the fans, let's fight, and please support us next weekend. And now let's hear from Matt Jennings.
マット選手、このチャンピオンシップクォーターファイナルゲーム2 MVP 選出おめでとうございます。
ありがとうございます。
マイク入ってますか？
ありがとうございます。
入りましたね。いやー、今日もね厳しい試合でした。まずはこの試合振り返ってどのような印象ですか
Yeah, I think tougher than we expected. You know, they have a lot of injuries, but they played hard. They played how they did all season, fast. You know, made us work hard. So it was a little bit tougher than we thought, but you know, we were able to come out and play really strong in the second half and kind of put them away. So it was a perfect game for us.
今日の試合はすごい厳しい戦いでした。本当に向こう、名古屋さんが外国籍の選手をかける中でも、それでも、ずっとシーズンを通してやってきたバスケットボール、速いボール展開でアタックしてくる展開のバスケットボールを、外国籍選手抜きでもやってきて、それに少し手こずった部分もありますけど、それでもやっぱり名古屋さん強いチームでしたし、本当に、素晴らしいチームだったと思います。でそれでも、自分たちが、今日しっかりと後半エナジー出してしっかりと勝てたということが、今日の勝因だと思っています。
マット選手の活躍、特に第3クォーター、伝家の宝刀のスリーポイントが炸裂していました。スタッツをご紹介します。マット選手は本日11得点を挙げました。うち3本のスリーポイントを含んでいます。ご自身のこのスタッツを見てはどのような印象ですか？
Yeah, I think I played good for about 90 seconds in the third quarter. The rest of the game was so-so, but obviously, you know, teammates picked it up. We played a really good game as a team. Guys made shots, we made plays. Everybody helped in on defense, so I think it was a complete team game.
で自分自身の出来としては、3クォーターのそこの、スリーポイントを決めた9秒間ぐらいしかいいプレーができてなかったのかなというふうには思うんですけど、それでも、チームとして、しっかりと、全員で自分たちがやりたいことっていうのを徹底できたことが今日の勝利につながっていると思いますし、そうやってチームで一丸となって戦って勝てた試合っていうのはすごく良かったと思っています。
さて、先ほど佐藤ヘッドコーチのお話にもありましたが、次のステージセミファイナルの対戦チームは宇都宮ブレックスに決まりました。それを受けてどう戦いますか？
I think it's important that we got home court. We get to play in front of all you guys at least 2 more games. So, you know, we're excited to stay home, play here, play in front of our fans, and you know, we're ready to take the semifinal and you know, win those games.
で宇都宮さんと、セミファイナルもここ、ホーム轟でやれるっていうことが、すごく大事なことになってくると思うので、あと2試合は、最低ここでホームでしっかり試合をして、そこでしっかりと勝って、そこから次に進めていきたいと思うので、来週も絶対に、応援の方必要になってくるので、ぜひいらっしゃってください。よろしくお願いします。
マット・ジャニング選手でした。ありがとうございました。
ありがとう。
続いて本日お二人目の MVP の発表です。No.7 流星篠山。
And now we've got
Congratulations,
Ryusei Shiniyama.
篠山選手、
はい、
MVP おめでとうございます。
ありがとうございます。テイさん、いっぱい喋っていいですか？
もちろん、
いっぱい喋っていい？
今日はそういう日です。
はい、まず本当に名古屋さん、本当に怪我人がいる中でね、非常に厳しい戦いだったと思うんですけど、その中に本当に激しいエナジーで来て、今日も本当に難しかったですし、これ本当名古屋さんのホームだったら分かんなかったと思います。轟でやれたこと本当に良かったです。皆さん応援ありがとうございます。ありがとうございます。で、来週も轟でセミファイナル戦います。で、宇都宮さん先に試合が終わってます。これどういうことかっていうと、もうチケット販売開始してるんですね。で、宇都宮のファンの皆さん本当に熱いです。だから試合結果決まった瞬間、もうチケットをもう買い出してると思うんですよ。 皆さん今スマホありますよね。これ本当にお願いします。はい、何回も悔しい思いしてるんで、このフォームで宇都宮さんとチャンピオンシップ戦えるの本当に楽しみです。皆さんまた、ブレイブサンダースカラーで轟き埋めてください。よろしくお願いします。今日は本当にありがとうございました。来週もお願いします。
はい、もうすべて今詰まっていたと思います。本当に篠山選手おっしゃったようにブレイブレッドでこの轟きを染め尽くしましょう。
お願いします。チケットお願いします。
はい、スマホもいろいろとチケット準備も進めていただきながら B ブレイブも一緒に皆さんお付き合いいただきたいです。
あの辺真っ黄色になっちゃうから急いで。
そうごめんな
3、2、1
ね、皆さん、今打ち合わせしてるんで、B リーグ初年度のねファイナルが宇都宮と対戦だったんですけど、その時やはり光景。
Well, Shineyama talked about the fact that first in Nagoya, we just want to say that it was a very hard ball game. Despite the fact that they had a lot of injured players, they still gave it their all.
それでは締めたいと思います。3、2、1、ビーブレイク。
And there, that's what they do at the end of every victory. Thanks to Matt Janning for helping out as they put an exclamation point to this victory here. Again, they invited their fans to please buy tickets as soon as possible because these seats will go very quickly next weekend as they face Utsunomiya Brex. We should be showing you some of the highlights here, and then we're going to break down the numbers before we say good evening and goodbye for this Sunday. Here we go. Things started out pretty well for the visiting squad here at the Todoroki Arena. Ray Parks gets to an open spot, nails that three. Unfortunately for Parks, that was his only three of the ball game. Yima Fuji starting to heat up, tie things up there with a three. As we look at some numbers while you're enjoying the action. 2-point field goals. Kawasaki shot 20 out of 35 for 57%. On the other side, Nagoya shot just 10 out of 31 for 32%. But look at that, 20 field goals more from two. That's 20 points. From 3-point country, 37% for Kawasaki, 41% for Nagoya. This is where you can see this is the new way of playing the sport of basketball. Teams are now shooting more threes than twos. Nagoya had 31 attempts from three and only 31. So they had 34 attempts from three and 31 attempts from two. On the other side, just about even. Kawasaki had 35 attempts from 2-point country and 32 from 3-point distance. Not far behind. Free throws not really a factor. 9 out of 16 here for Kawasaki, the winning team. On the other side, Nagoya was a perfect 8 out of 8. Saito, nice handoff there to Tenketsu Harimoto. But you'd have to say that in the first 2 quarters, even actually part of the half of the third period, Kawasaki played really sluggish. But when they picked it up, when they started to flex their muscles, especially inside the paint, there was just no stopping their squad. How do you stop somebody like Nick Fazekas? You've got Pablo Aguilar and you have Jordan Heath, all of them standing 6'8" and above. And on the other side, no international imports, no Cody Clark, no Ovi Soko, and also no Scott Etherton. Nice look inside for Kikuchi. Perfect no-look pass there from Saito. Pretty good gamble also for Coach Sean Dennis. He actually went small. So instead of having Tatsuya Ito coming off the bench for Takumi Saito, he played both of them together. They did quite well. They scored about 6 quick baskets. And then suddenly, Kawasaki realized that their opponents were trying to run them to the ground. They walked things up. And that was it. Coach Sean Dennis was forced to sit either Saito or Ito down. Parks with a kick out. Only one player really found the range today, and that's Harimoto. He had 22 points. He was backed up by Kikuchi's 14. Takumi Saito had 9, but it was all in a losing effort. So the winners, they were led by Nick the King Fazekas with 18 points. Pablo Aguilar had 14, and Ryusei Shinuyama had 11. Some more highlights. Once again, they just go inside and you can just see the size discrepancy there. Parks is 6'3". Jordan Heath is 6'10". Well, they tried. Open 3 there. Gonna be hit. Nakahigashi found some of his shooting prowess early, but again, Pablo Aguilar and Jordan Heath just too big. Fazekas didn't actually play the last 8 minutes of this ball game because Coach Kenji Sato knew they had it in the bag. As we break down the numbers here, we talked about the 2-point and 3-point discrepancies. We talked about the free throws. Looking at the turnovers, 13 for Kawasaki, 4 for the Nagoya Diamond Dolphins. At the half, Nagoya only had 5 turnovers. So they had 9 more here in the next 2 quarters. 30-18, those are the points in the paint. That's expected. And 34-10. Again, another expected stat. Those are the bench points because the Nagoya Diamond Dolphins had no one on their bench because their 3 imports were injured. What else do you do? Who do you have coming off the bench? Taking a look at the leading scorers. Nick Fazekas had 18 points. Pablo Aguilar had 12 rebounds. And Nick will have 7 assists. On the other side, in a losing effort, 22 points for Harimoto. Harimoto also had 6 boards. Tenketsu Nakahigashi also had 6. And Takumi Saito had 7 assists. And so you got 3 teams already safely into the semifinals. Ryukyu, we have Kawasaki, which you just witnessed here, and Utsunomiya Brex knocking out the defending champions Chiba Jets. So next, we have either Seahorses Mikawa or Alvark Tokyo to complete our final 4. But winning here today 85-70 is the team from Todoroki. And here inside the Todoroki Arena, they won 85-70 as Kawasaki Brave Thunders move on to the semifinals here in the B-League Championship 2021-2022. That's going to do it here for our coverage. In behalf of everybody from the B-League, Anthony Sutay saying thanks for joining us. Till next week, take care. Have a good week ahead. God bless.